I question everything I have ever known before now.
Right? This is the most messed up combat I've ever seen.
Where the
fact that
dagger
we're
is
still
the
so early,
key.
yeah.
Like, you
The fact
guys,
we're still so early in the campaign means we're probably going to see a lot more.
I'm just, what gets me is the fact that everyone who is actually physically there has done nothing, and the guy who's sitting in the bathroom has killed everyone.
I know, right?
Well, that's what happens when you give your assassins cranial bombs.
You're not wrong.
What's strength for their arms, by the way?
6.
6 and
Yeah,
6.
their arms can carry twice 2 of them.
Okay, so again, I was looking at the wetwork guy. The sniper chick doesn't have anything in the ways of cyber arms or legs, but Mr. Fantastic over here picks her up on the way out.
Picks her up in his legs.
Everyone just sees 2 dead bodies leaving. The entire park goes silent.
I'm going to look back at Chiquita and say, well, besides that odd ending, it's time to leave now.
Well, besides that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the show?
Mind-blowing.
We're horrible people.
They really are.
I am going to grab the Ares Alpha on my way past, though, because I'm going to the fence over here.
Oh no, the lady chick still has it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we just got to get this motherfucker out of combat. Oh yeah, Squirrel. What are you doing?
Like I said, I was heading towards the exit. On the way, I'll grab my 2 micro cameras on that side.
Okay. You're just like, yoink, later!
The heavy hitters in my group have yet to so much as make these guys blink.
Oh, no, I made him bleed.
Okay, you made him bleed a little bit. He's got a boo-boo. Squirrel is not doing shit. He's getting out of there.
I don't have my shotgun. What do you want?
I want dead people.
Folks, this is why you don't cyber yourself to the gills.
I would prefer those dead people not to be me.
Everyone
be
should
clear.
cover themselves to the gills. All the
Because
time.
otherwise, then you have people running on their hands out the front door.
Everyone should cyber themselves to the gills constantly. Don't warn people against that. That's the way I like them. All cybered up.
All right, Squirrel, so you're out of here. Wayon.
Stabby, stabby.
Okay, and he should be at 10 now, right?
Yeah, okay. Did I hit? Yay! So that's 9 stun, followed by, if that gets through his armor, some more. So that's 5 stun, and then he's got to roll body and willpower versus 15 stun. So that's 5 plus 9 is 14 stun, divided by 2 is 7 physical. Which should probably kill him.
He's down.
Sorry?
He's down.
Yes, okay.
No,
He's down?
he's down.
Oh, cool. I knew.
And he gets back up and starts running away in his hands.
I have injected him with enough drugs to down 2 elephants.
Yeah, technically. He's dead. He's dead, Jim.
Well, to be fair, given the amount of drugs I put into him, his heart's exploded.
Probably.
Most definitely. So, did you want him to run out of here on his hands? Did you want me to carry him?
I'll carry him.
Aren't you already carrying a body?
I mean, yeah, technically I could carry him. I got a strength of 7.
Oh, you carry. I'll take one. You take the other then.
Okay. Do you want
Dietrich?
do you want the extremely like which they're both worth a lot. Which one do you want?
Well, I'm already carrying
Words.
Dietrich, so you carry the other guy.
Okay, I'll carry this guy. You carry him. Let's shit.
Grab the micro cameras and go.
Get two mini drones to do that.
I haven't put the micro cameras out. I think Squirrel's got all his, so let's go.
He took 2. He took 2. Yeah,
Oh.
he put up there. So get 2 micro drones to pick up the other 2, and then they'll meet us somewhere.
Well, assuming there's no police around, I do that.
Well, there's also a basilisk.
Well, the Basilisk isn't going to worry about mosquito drones.
Yeah. Okay, so we skedaddle.
Gentlemen, if I might recommend, why don't we go to my safe house?
And before we leave, just to kind of cover our tracks and give us time to get away smoothly, you said that this place was relatively lightly defended in the Matrix, as far as like the host for the zoo.
Yeah.
Could I feasibly just start opening cages down in the
Oh, don't do that.
Hey, distract the
God.
guards, keep away from us.
You start
As long as you
doing-
only opened like the big peaceful things like the elephants.
Right, yeah, stuff that's not going to be killing civilians.
Have you seen
I'm
an
the saber
elephant
tooth
when
Have
it's
tiger.
you
angry?
seen an elephant?
Well, not many civilians. Not
They
elephants.
don't try to kill people unless they're in their whatchamacallit, and that's only male elephants, and that's once every 2 years.
I'm seeing, like, this is plains. I'm like looking at like wildebeests and like gazelles. Shit's gonna be running around, but not just gonna be hurting people particularly. I'm trying to add chaos down in this area. Not chaos the person, but chaos the effect. This area.
The actual force of which he is an embodiment.
Right over here in the savannah, like just to distract the guards away from us while we're making our escape up here. Exactly.
Oh no! You create pandemonium.
Pandas?
Pandemonium. By the way, who's getting the near unconscious hacker?
Hey, no, the hacker's fine. He has 0 stun right now.
In an hour, he's going to have a fucking headache, but for now, he's fine.
Exactly.
What's your stun track?
0.
No, I mean what's your full stun track, you fucker?
Oh,
Didn't he say 6?
no, I had six stun. My full stun track is 9, I think.
Okay, cool. So you'll have a wicked headache.
Or 11.
You'll have a wicked headache.
Yeah, I'll have a bad headache.
So we get the fuck out of the zoo. Mr. School Dude, you're able to get the hell out of there easily without being
Right.
vetted. I jumped the fence alongside Volk and Chiquita.
Yep.
Adriana already left.
And what about Squirrel?
Oh, he's pretty much getting picked up by his dock wagon right about now.
Okay, I mean, I definitely have the agility to get over, but I would definitely like to be looked at right now. Make sure I don't have the AIDS.
No, you don't have the AIDS.
You have CFD. Have a nice day.
Check your name isn't Armitage.
Nope, you're still Squirrel.
All right, so they can't find anything wrong with me?
Nope.
All right.
Well, other than you're an elf.
Other than your meat bag. So,
Well-
Mr. Carrying a dead body, are you following me, or are you going along with your master?
I probably overtake you to get to the van first.
And like I said, I'll send you guys the address to my safe house and the password to get in.
This is not your ritzy hotel, right?
No, this is the basement in Gengar territory.
Ah,
That is like you have to go through access tunnels to get to.
good.
I'll probably.
Volk, Chiquita will ask to be dropped off here.
Okay.
Random place.
All right.
But she'll give you a nice big long kiss, saying that she hopes the next date will be just as exciting.
Well, how do you feel about smashing stalls with clubs and potentially people?
Yeah. She says she'll put on her Sunday best.
Sounds good.
So yeah, these hoes ain't loyal. So yes, we make our way to the wonderful abode of one Mr. whatever name you put it under.
Oh, it's literally I hand cash to the gang leader every month.
Ah, cool.
So he knows me as Squirrel.
Oh, okay. So the abode of Mr. Squirrel. Secret Squirrel.
I should totally get a robot and name it Morocco Mole.
You should. So who's Penny?
Who's Gadget?
Wait, who was Gadget in Secret Squirrel?
There was no Gadget in Secret Squirrel.
I don't remember there being a penny in Secret Squirrel.
She was the chief secretary Squirrel.
Yeah, that was the name of the female squirrel.
I guess that would be Oaks. Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't really seem like the secretary type, though. Anyway. So we get down there and we have a grand total of 4 bodies. Yay!
So let's start with the man we wanted to talk to in the first place.
First off, you find a grand total of 100,000 new yen in cred sticks.
Is that all in just the one ebony? Or
No, there are multiple cred sticks.
okay. I call dibs on the ebony. Oh, by the way, I'm handling him wearing my interrogation gloves and apron.
Cool.
I ain't risking any more of that blood getting on me.
Just to stay, we're gonna go with how the book I'm currently reading does it, to where it's not really that type of disease.
Okay. I'm still going to do that.
Yeah, because you're a squirrel.
Step away for a second.
Okay. So, you do find, well, on him is a lined coat with non-conductivity 5, Trans-Avalon comlink that you may want to hand to the hacker.
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and sell it.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No. You have to ask? I mean, really?
It took him a while to say no, though. Which comes with a subvocal microphone and trodes, as well as a cred stick pouch worth 100,000 new yen.
Okay.
Oh, crap. What were you wearing?
What was I wearing?
No, crap.
No.
Armor jacket.
Oh. Well, I was going to say this guy is probably the same size as some of us, and it has non-conductivity 5 on it.
Yeah, but a lined coat has less armor than the jacket.
True.
I'm back.
Welcome
I
back.
heard there's a comlink.
There is a comlink.
And what kind of armor was it you said?
A lined coat.
Lined coat with non-conductivity 5.
Yeah, I got the armor jacket with non-conductivity 7 months.
Oh, guess what this comlink has?
Porn.
The comlink have.
The other half.
Oh, of the data.
By the way, just to let you know, this guy had Jake Armitage, Robert Lionel Bannockburn, X.A. Firebird, and Dietrich, pretty much.
Huh.
Hmm.
Those 5 personalities swimming around inside his head?
4.
Oh.
Also, I'm going to say this because... Sadly, this guy had a pretty crackin' cyber deck too, as the book states. But he doesn't bring it with him when he meets the PCs, so they will unfortunately be unable to loot it.
Huh.
So sad.
Seriously, those things are worth money, dude.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
I know. But maybe in that data somewhere we'll get his address.
Maybe. He also has a Cult Government 2066.
Oh, that's not a bad handgun.
And
What were those numbers?
2066. Cult Government.
2066. Yep.
Which he has 4 clips, well, 5 clips in total. 4 extra, 1 in the chain, 1 in the gun. All of them APDS rounds.
Okay.
What does APDS stand for?
Armor piercing something round. Something.
Armor piercing something ammo. So, by the way, Jake Armitage, a data courier and Shadowrunner, active in the 2050s. Armitage's entire personality matrix was uploaded when he confronted and successfully destroyed a rogue artificial intelligence. As everyone slowly looks to Wayon.
What?
Why is everybody looking at Waylon? Is that something I should know?
No, this is out of character.
Armor piercing discard
Discard
Sabot.
Sabat. Yeah.
Let's see here. Developed by the Aneki Corporation 25 years ago, an AI with dubious and vague connections to Renraku, and the later emergence of artificial intelligence known as Deus.
Oh, Jesus.
A seasoned operative, Armitage is a fish out of water in the technological world of 2075, and the rise of comlinks, wireless, and AR are nearly as baffling to him as waking up in another man's body. Robert Lionel Bannockburn, an elven mage who decades ago faced a near-death experience and magical burnout after a nasty ambush in the Scottish toxic zones. This happened, conveniently, right in the background of then-independent AA Corp Trans Neuronet, who had a vested interest in consciousness uploading after the Imago incident. Yeah. Their nearby team removed Bannockburn's unconscious body for scanning, excited at the opportunity to upload the mind of a newly helpless, awakened individual. Whatever happened to the real Bannockburn, this fork of his personality is still coming to grips with his newfound powerlessness and has absorbed nearly as much with bitterness as he is with confusion. X.A. Firebird, an undercover Lone Star narcotics detective who had infiltrated the First Nations gang as a lieutenant during the first emergence of Tempo back in 2071. Firebird was killed by Shadowrunners working for the Come On Go Solpa ring, which was supplying the First Nations with the Tempo pipeline, because the runners had discovered Firebird's true identity and because he was aware of theirs. Firebird had several high-tech headwear implants similar to Dietrich's, making the mesh between their consciousness easier. Firebird is the only imprinted personality in Dietrich's head that is most definitely dead. He seems to be eerily aware of his ghost status and bitter about it.
It's weird that they give you all these detail about his personalities, but I don't see how we could have possibly encountered him earlier and seen these other personalities.
Right.
He was an XA Firebird outside the bar.
Oh, that's true.
Technically, you guys could have made really fast friends with him. That's why I asked, do you guys do anything in this situation?
Right.
Yeah, we're heartless assholes. We keep missing all these important side quests and people we're supposed to be helping.
Ugh.
So, yeah.
What does it matter? He was scripted to die.
So how long does it take us to get back to the safe house?
40 minutes or so, I think.
There you go. 40 minutes.
Another
Currently,
10 minutes or so to get everything down into the safe house.
So I've got about 10 minutes before I would get a really bad headache.
I would also say, as quickly as you can, scrub the Chimera dudes for tracking bugs.
Oh, I assume they would do that like in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll target raise them in the van. Actually, I'll do better than that. I'll register myself as the owner of all their cyberware while I'm in the van.
And tag raise them.
I'll target raise them.
I need to get a tag raiser.
Yeah, too bad. Ooh, this guy has all Delta wear. Too bad. I'm pretty sure most of them are cultured Bioware.
Doll. Well, you might be able to sell it as a delicacy.
Well, actually, augmentation and toner, they're not cultured. I know that for 100% certainty.
But you can't transfer Bioware regardless, unless it's like an actual organ.
Nope, you can. As long as it's not cultured. Cultured is built specifically for the person.
How do you transfer a surgery to condition your muscles?
Dude, I have no idea. But technically, you can get used Bioware.
Nah.
So, tell me.
In the same way as a really
Well,
good driver.
I think there are certain things you. Go ahead.
Go on. I think it's in the same way as a really good driver on a moped can outrun a drag car.
I mean, I can see it as a principle, especially the stuff where it's adding organs or functions to organs. But when it's literally like something that's just changing what you already have, unless somebody's going to surgically move all those muscles whole scale to you, I don't see why you'd want to do it.
The way I see augmentation and toner is more along the lines of a stimulus type thing, to where currently I have the regular package at rating 2. If I had the DeltaWare stimulus, it would be a much better stimuli to my muscles, to where it would just be less invasive.
Of course, it could also be some sort of excretion that your muscles make.
Yeah.
So there could be something that they add for that versus surgically altering your muscles.
So pretty much, trust me, I did my fucking research on this just because I needed to pinch every single goddamn penny when I first made the character.
Mm-hmm.
And so pretty much I know as long as it's not cultured Bioware, you can get it used. This is coming from the people who made the game.
Right, but they're okay.
All right. You said the conflict has the other half of the fragmented data.
Yep.
All right.
And
Before
just to say this, the Chimera guys, the bitch, she had the gun.
Yeah.
scrolling.
Ares
Rawhide.
Alpha, you said.
Yes. And there's a chameleon suit.
Ooh.
That's fancy.
Two armor jackets. 2 nano paste disguise kits.
Ooh.
I'm not using those.
And 3 trans-Avalon comlinks with biometric readers and subvocal microphones.
I've already got a Francis Avalon, so.
Subvocals and what was it? Reader?
Biometric reader. And yeah, it's an Ares Alpha with the underbarrel launcher. Currently loaded with whatever does a DV of 16p. Fragmentation mini grenades.
Neat.
Yeah.
That would have hurt.
Okay.
So before my
Wait, hold up. Before any of that, Chaos takes the mini grenades and moves them further away from Wayon.
Oh, they'll be wireless as well. Yay.
Okay,
So-
so
Oh,
and no, everything else is pretty much where.
just so our two
Um,
digital friends realize, you're going to have lots and lots of noise in Squirrel's safe house.
That's okay. I've got pretty reasonable noise suppression.
yeah,
Okay, so scrolling. Rawhide.
If nobody objects, there were 2 guys with arms, weren't there?
Yes, there are 2
Yes.
guys with 4 arms total.
Can I have the arms?
Sure.
Okay,
For
cool.
what
Why?
purpose?
Because cyber arms can be fitted to robots.
could you fit all 6, all 4 to one?
Those are going to be some expensive arms.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not planning on replacing my arms, so he can have them.
Well, if anybody wants to replace their arms, then they're more than welcome. No, I'll buy a couple more robots and stick the arms on them.
You just have one room, 6 arms.
So I take it that means we're going to sit for a few hours while Chaos tries to pull everything out.
Yeah, and at least this time he doesn't have to repair anything. But you also get to do that.
Cranial bombs lightly used.
2 cranial bombs, slightly used.
I think the word when you're selling them is tested.
Okay, this is funny. So I'm currently getting the information for you guys, and there are addendums where Dietrich's in charge, but then suddenly Captain's log, stardate 779123 Alpha. What the blazes is this doohickey? Okay.
Alright. Before my stem patch wears off, and I get my really bad headache, so basically right after we get here, I want to compile a data sprite, like a level 2 data sprite, and have it start patching this data together from all these pieces so that I have one nice solid piece.
I'll send my agent to help.
But I want to be doing this away from my own head, so I'm going to have a sprite do it, just in case.
Okay, so let's see here. Because this is way too much for me to copy and paste, guys. We're gonna try.
Screen cap.
No, we're gonna actually try and see if some fucker uploaded onto the internet? Which we all know there's got to be some fucker who did.
So I got a level 2 data sprite. It's just going to start patching data together and making a nice clean file of all the stuff that's there.
Apparently Project Daybreak is an actual thing.
And then while it's doing that, I'm going to take a nap.
Please tell me there. Well, all right, folks. Are you guys seeing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Oh no. What the blazes is this doohickey? So I'll read it out for you guys. You can read along as you will. Because, you know, I'm still recording. Which they did slightly get to see some of my porn. If you're reading this, then something has gone wrong with my investigation. Also, if you're reading this, then hopefully you are someone who can be trusted to use the information in this file wisely. Or at least you can get it to someone who will. Forgive me if I ramble. I have a lot to cover and very little time for organizing it. My name is Seth Dietrich, a special agent, UCAS Federal Bureau of Investigation, Seattle office.
Pardon.
Well, he's from the Seattle office.
Yeah, fair enough.
Come to Chicago. For the past 9 months, I've been conducting an off-the-books investigation into a man known only as Bill. I don't know exactly who Bill is, but I know who he works for. Governor Kenneth Brackhaven of Chicago and Brackhaven Investments. Over the course of my investigation, I have discovered that Governor Brackhaven is linked through Bill, his main covert or shadow operative, to various crimes such as conspiracy, murder, and domestic terrorism as part of a coordinated effort to undermine and or cause the failure of Proposition 23 and Project Freedom. I have also found evidence that links Governor Brackhaven to various terrorist groups such as Alamos 20,000 and the Humanist Police Club. Polyclub. I also have evidence that specifically links Bill to the murder of FBI agent Jennifer Kowalski, with whom this investigation originally began. I took over from Agent Kowalski on March 25th, 2074, when she requested my assistance. My previous case investigating Congressman James Gray was terminated when the congressman died in an unexplained plane accident in the Carib League. I have not been assigned anything new, so I decided to help Agent Kowalski. When I was unable to find her at an apartment or through her comlink RFID system, I alerted my section chief at the bureau. 2 days later, Agent Kowalski's body was found hung from a flagpole in the Renraku corporate property near downtown Chicago. I have no idea why anyone would think that she committed suicide, because how the hell did she do this? Was she Superwoman? I doubt not. I doubt. An official investigation was launched, but I was not assigned to it. When I returned to my office station, I found that an encrypted file had been left for me. The encryption was good, but my hacking skills were enough to break it. I discovered that Agent Kowalski had done the very thing I am doing now, leaving a trail for someone to follow should it become necessary. I had considered informing my superiors, but I realized that they had no interest in finding Agent Kowalski's killer. Other suspicious activity led me to believe that there was a cover-up underway. For details, see file number 4455 Echo. On my spare time, I began looking through the files. The main focus of the investigation was a man known only as Bill. Different names were listed, but ultimately they were all dead-end aliases. The file also indicated that Bill was currently working as a covert operative for Brackhaven Investments, specifically for Carl and then Kenneth Brackhaven. Various clues and leads listed to the file suggested Bill was involved in several ongoing operations. His current suspected identity was William James, supervising corporate liaison of the Chicago Public Works. Yeah, I don't know why they keep putting Seattle in here.
Uh,
These operations covered a multitude of federal crimes that included blackmail, theft, fraud, and murder. And while the files never indicated a direct link between him and Kenneth Brackhaven, there were recordings of several meetings between him and the governor. It wasn't much, but it was enough for me to start with. The beginning of my investigation was an exercise in frustration. Despite my best efforts, both in the Matrix and on the streets, I could not find any evidence of any solid connection between Brackhaven and Bill, other than they both work, in the very different ways, for the city-state. I was about ready to give in and go to my supervisor when my suspicions were confirmed about a cover-up in Agent Kowalski's death. Her autopsy reports were altered to make her death look like a suicide, but the originals indicated carefully hidden trauma to the throat, consistent with a monogarrote. See file 4459 beta. Jesus Christ, people.
Why don't we find a way to maybe put this in a document we can all read over the next week?
But pretty much, yeah. So, files incomplete. 2 weeks later, got a break. Blah, blah. Investigation continued. Torrin's father, another hacker named McAllister. Blah, blah, yada, yada. After a few bashed-in heads, we got a solid lead to Bill's location. The source had it on good authority that it was one of Bill's safe house staging areas. There was no guarantee that Bill would be there, but I had nothing else at this point. So my team and I was a real Shadowrunner now, did what all runners do. We scouted the place, did our legwork, and then blew open the front door. Yeah, that sounds about us. After a quick little firefight with a few gangers hired to watch the place, we hit pay data. Located in a vault in the back of the safe house were several data chips with not only detailed plans about the fire bombings and the attempts on Fire McAllister, but about an upcoming operation labeled Daybreak, see 4471 Charlie. What I read among the files made me sick. This was an order for wholesale murder and wanton destruction. Also continued on the chips were several correspondence between Brackhaven's chief of staff and Bill. Most of them were direct orders from Brackhaven to begin various stages of the plan as soon as Bill was ready. Also included were account numbers for funds, preferred targets, both living and locations. It was all laid out, but I also learned something else. Daybreak was a plan that would never happen. What sucks is that he doesn't include the fucking account numbers. According to various letters, Brackhaven was pissed. Thanks to meddling in operations behind his back by his own staff, Daybreak was scrubbed and new objectives were ordered. These objectives corresponded with several of the incidents that had already occurred in Underground. It was all there, ready to go. There was only one problem. While I knew who Bill was talking to, there was no way for me to prove it. These files could easily be forged. I needed to find a witness. I needed to find someone to verify these files were real. I needed someone to testify. As my grandfather used to say, the Lord works in mysterious ways. 2 days before the vote, I received a call message from Edmund Jeffries. He didn't come out and say it, likely for fear someone was listening, but he indicated that he would be willing to testify against Brackhaven in exchange for protection and immunity. I am now on my way to the meet to speak with Jeffries. I am taking along back up my crew, and we're going to see if we can convince Mr. Jeffries the benefits of doing the right thing. I don't know how this will end, and in case this goes badly or this is a setup, I am sending this out in the hopes that those will find the right hands. So yeah, pretty much Operation Daybreak. Prevent the passing of Proposition 23 by highlighting the dangers of the York Underground. Prevent the truth from coming out by eliminating members of Project Freedom. Increase the public's level of fear, and blah, blah. General plan, deniable assets, blah, blah. Using Knight Errant or there. Ah, boy. Here's an addendum. Another addendum. Oh, here's our friend Oxycode. So yes, folks. Oh boy.
Can you put that into a file?
Yeah,
in a way that we can see it.
I will.
So we still got some more work to do to figure out exactly what we're going to do with all this.
Yeah.
And we may or may not have a large-scale, internationally renowned assassin group on our tail now.
Well, we just killed 3 of their worst operatives. I honestly have no idea.
All right. Look like a good place to call it this week, or do you want to keep going?
It depends how you guys feel.
I'm gonna pass on keeping that cult government. Turns out my Browning does 1 more point of damage.
Nice.
I could play for another half hour, but then it's time for me to head out.
Yeah, I'm ready. I can call it whenever.
Seems like a good stopping point.
Yeah.
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 Which, so far, we made another 20,000 here. Alright then, folks. I'm going to go ahead and call this a session for the evening. You all have a wonderful evening, and as always, I've been your illustrious host, Lord Zeriq. And remember, I love you all. Good night.